You took my clap. I wanted to clap for you guys. I wanted to applaud you guys for taking the time and taking the effort to come here. And for your willingness to invest your time in such an event. And for the fact that you are very punctual. So I want to give you guys a round of applause and I encourage you guys to do the same. Again, thank you very much for coming here today. This means that you care. You care about digital communication, you care about governance, you care about networking, you care about interacting with other people. And you care about digital tools. Just to set a little bit the framework of this event, it's an event regarding digital tools. It's an event where digital contributes to transformation. To a better governance. Does everybody know why they're personally here? Anyone? What's the reason of getting up in the morning and coming here today?
To learn.
To learn what? New stuff. Is it something else? By the way, share experience. To meet people. Cool. Other people, other opinion? Find solution. Get inspired. What? Avoid fake news. Avoid fake news. It's super important for each and every of you guys to establish what you want to get out of this event. We're gonna have just to set a little bit of context. We're going to have a lot of people from different backgrounds, which are here to share their stories, share their experience, share their knowledge, and interact with you guys. It's an event where digital contributes to a better governance. It's an event where we've brought people from civil society, from business, public authorities, that are here to share experiences and share their knowledge. And this is for making sure that policies and their implementation serves the people. I guess everybody read the description of the event?
Yes.
Everybody. Cool. It's an event about you guys. It's an event where we're trying to push a little bit the boundaries, your boundaries and your level of knowledge, and force you a little bit to interact with other industries. Probably some of them are familiar, some of them are probably not that familiar for you guys. Starting, I don't know, from blockchain, we have a session regarding blockchain all the way to e-governance, all the way to legal matters. Probably there are some of these topics which you haven't interacted so far, so this is a space where we're trying to bring everyone together. This is an event about all of you guys. No matter what country you come from, I think all of the subjects apply, or most of the subjects apply to your context. How many of you know about Armenia and what happened there? It's a global world. Armenia, as I was speaking with Vlad yesterday, Armenia is a good example of how things are changing, and are changing super fast. And transformation, and digital transformation, has a huge impact on all of this. It's an event where the future is created today, because of the digital tools. We have together speakers from a lot of countries, 30 plus countries, and also participants. There are 30 plus countries from 4 continents, Europe, America, Africa, Asia. So it's a great pool of knowledge that you guys can tap into, and I strongly encourage you to do that over the course of the next days, the 2 days. I have a curiosity. How many people from this that are here today are from public sector? And how many are from business? Civil society? Is it anything which I missed? Media. How many people are from media? Cool. Secret Service? This means that it's a wide variety. It's a great space for interaction. Again, a good pool of knowledge that you guys can tap into. So I strongly encourage you to do that. A little bit about the context. The context of the organizers part. How many people know about DCN? Or DigiComNet? And besides the World Learning team and DCN team, who can tell me what DCN is? A community. Yeah. Something more? Exactly. Thank you. DCN started as a media program, and it developed into an organization, into a community, as you guys said earlier. A community of people that come from a variety of backgrounds, starting from civil society, media, business, NGOs, public, people that came together for creating a better future. This is how DigiComNet started. This is how DigiComNet started developing. DigiComNet enhances media literacy, brings people together and tries to bridge the gap between media and society. What's your guys' expectations from today? Solely from today. Do you guys know the schedule? More or less? We're going to have a lot of speakers. There are going to be 20 speakers today. Yes. And we're going to start off with 3 of the speakers. I'm going to invite them as an opening remark. I told you guys that DCN is about bringing people together. And this is what we're going to do today as well. We're going to have in opening remarks, we're going to show this, let's say, multi-facet of the organization by bringing the amazing host that provides us with the space today, Mr. Ovidiu Folcuț, which is director of the American University. He's director of the university from 2008, having 20 years of academic and research experience. Currently, he's serving as the vice president of Romanian National Council of Rectors, has a bachelor in international affairs and a PhD in economics.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Romania, welcome to Romanian American University, or welcome back. I will have a very short speech, opening remarks today. We are very proud to host this event related to the digital. And I hope that this event will be very nice and very fruitful for all of you. Second and the last thing, for me, like professor, and for my colleagues, the digital society is a challenge every day, because you know, our students, and at 18, 19, 20 years old, it's the main challenge, because for them the digital society, it's a common thing. For us, at 40 or more than my age, it's not a very common thing, and it's mandatory to learn every day from their experience. I hope that the future will be a very nice one, even for the young generation, even for some other generations. And for us, it's an opportunity to learn from some other experiences from Eastern and Central Europe and from some other countries. Thank you very much for being here, and we hope that we will try to support this event as much as possible in order to be a very nice one. Thank you very much.
Cool. So we've seen the academics supporting us. Now we're going to see the government and their support with Ms. Manuela Catrina, State Secretary, Communication and Information Society Ministry.
Morning. I'm happy to have you all here in a special day today because it's, I think you know what day is today. You don't know? Does anybody? Exactly. International Word Prize Day. Actually, I have something about. I said I would say something about education, but that would be in the end of the speech. Speaking about digital transformation, that is your main topic today, I would tackle the things of what digital transformation is not in the beginning. And one of the examples would be taking a photo of me, putting it in a Photoshop, and suddenly, suddenly I have a photo in that I'm maybe 20 years younger, blonde, I don't know, looking like a model, and I say, okay, that's a digital transformation. Usually, this doesn't mean I'm younger or I'm looking better. It's just an image that I project. And many times the governments does this. Using digital tools just to have a digital enhancement or make things look better. What I learned since I'm in the Ministry of Communication and Information Society is that the main job is to eat less chocolate and to start work or do your own work. What I think is in our activity, the driving force is not. When we speak about digitalization, we think, okay, we have some ICT tools, you use it, things will get more efficient, and the cost will get down, so you look good as a politician because you use the public money well. Actually, that's the first step. The next step would be looking into services that are maybe more citizen-driven. And then we speak about e-governments and this type of things. The main challenge I think we have, all of us, is to get the real digitalization. That means that starting from a government-driven, let's say, governance, getting through the, let's say, the governments that is driven by the citizens, or with the citizens, to the government that's driven by the citizens. Because that means we have involvement, that means we have real modernization. In other words, if you have information technology is just a tool. If you have an efficient system, the tool will enhance it. If you have a bad system, using a digital tool or digital over it will show the failures in it. So as my computer, one of my teachers in the university told me, in the beginning it's like garbage in, garbage out. So the real challenge is to use digitalization to modernize our societies. It's a very powerful tool, but we have to do that the public administration and the citizens have to do more than just get some IT tools to cover their failures. We actually have to do an internal modernization. And this is a hard job, because many people will say they don't want to have it. Why not? Because some digital tools strip them of their power to decide arbitrarily what's happening with your mind. Or they believe that they do the job like that for 10 years or 20 years or 30 years, so they can still do it like that. Actually, they can't. This is a thing that we have to learn together. Getting back to education, I got my iPad just to read you some figures that my advisors prepared, because I think sometimes we also should rely on facts and not necessarily only on impressions. Speaking about what you said before, fake news. It's about figures that 60% of the children entering primary school today will ultimately end up working in jobs that we cannot imagine now. And it's, I think, a great time to live in. 70% of Romanian children between 7 and 18 years old use internet daily. 90% of them use social network, at least one. 50% of the EU population lacks digital skills. Only 28% of Romanians have digital skills. Here I'm really reluctant to say the statistics because I believe that the statistics are not necessarily 100% true. But maybe it's not 20, maybe it's 35. It's still the same low rate. EU is expected to have almost 1 million IT specialist shortage in 2 years. And approximately 20% of the young people, 18 to 24 years, don't have employment, education, or training. That means, I think Romania is also not very good in it, it's on the fourth in this list. And in 2017, half of the world used smartphones. For me, speaking about that, because I was starting ages ago where smartphones was not an issue, it's a huge advantage. So, getting back to educations, what I think is important now is to get skills. It's not that necessarily skills are better than education, because they are not, but they are important. And sometimes, in order to get a job, they are more important than your university degree. So our challenge now is how to get more people skilled in digital agenda or things that involve digital training. Because this means we'll have more people prepared to the new jobs of the next century that we don't know yet how they look. Romania did a good job in training people on digital skills like informatics or this type of things. But it was mainly because we had a good mathematics and a good physics curricula. And I think many countries here have the same history. But now the challenge is to get the digital skills to everybody. Because digital is also a thing that allows a tool that we are not allowed to leave anybody behind. It's not, we speak about integration, and we don't want to look on digital skills segregating more the people. A child in a remote Romanian village or in a remote, Armenian village has the same right to have the same skills that a child in a capital. And if you speak about infrastructure, that it's easy to do. We know how to lay cables. Okay, it will cost money, but we know how to do it. If you speak about training, or what are the skills that the child must learn, it's not as easy. There is a discussion that we should start. And I will say something about digital education, because I believe not everything in digital education is good. There are some things that are maybe not as nice as they look on the television. One of it is, and only to provoke you to ask questions. One of it is that using digital tools, we only use, besides that, what your parents said, that your eyes will need glasses, we also use only one part of our brain. Getting the information only through this means that some other parts of our brain that are in connection with sounds, smell, tactile things, are not as trained as our parents that read a book or do a physical experiment with their hand. We will watch it on YouTube. On the other part, we redefine the role of the teachers. That means, in my time, ancient time, the teacher was at some point the almighty God, the mature person in the room that has the knowledge. Now, if I go in a class and say 47% of the kids are doing that, each and every one of you will look on the YouTube and say it's not 47, it's, or on Google it's not 47, it's 46 or 45, you're wrong. So it's a continuous challenge to the teacher, but I believe we still have needing the human interaction. Ending it in a positive way. My experience in the Ministry of Communication is that we can do things together, and the best way to move things faster is to work together. I think two of the persons I work, I consult a lot in what we do are in the room, because they are from the civil society, they know, one of us representing the business, the other one really the civil society, and they know what's needed. And I think we can do tremendous things together in order to get this digital transformation, in that the government is not on one side of the barricade and the civil society or the population is on the other side. We need to build trust between each other, and we need to have to look forward to a common goal. So I'm looking forward to the next days and to talk to you. Thank you. Are they?
So trust and working together and bridging gaps. I think these are some of the pillars on which Digital Communication Network was founded. And it's a space, as Mrs. Katrina said, it's a space in which we bring people together. Digital Communication Network is a platform. It's a platform of bridging gaps, it's a platform of building trust, it's a platform of putting people together from different areas. It's a multifaceted organization. And I'm going to ask Artur Burou, which is the president of DigiComNet, to tell us a little bit more about it.
Good morning. How are you feeling? I've been asked by Lynn to be like Tony Robbins. Yeah? That's the name of the guy. So no. Let's have a warm applause to everybody together. Thank you for dedicating your morning sleep to be here on time. I'll be fast. So, my name is Artur, and I started with this slide because of two reasons. The first one is that you should see my Instagram handle. Maybe you'll follow me. The second one, this is actually a picture that I took 2.5 years ago when I was a participant in the exchange program with Digital Communication Network. And we met this incredible team called 18F. And they've been created somehow, invited by Obama, professionals working in different sectors, people working at Google, people working at Facebook, our organization. He invited them to create this division that will transform government. So this is actually the topic of our conference today. We are looking how we can bring more accountability, more transparency. We want to see how we can make the government cool. We want to see how we can make the government work better. So this is what I imagined myself 2.5 years ago. It will be so cool to have a division like 18F like in our region, not only in Moldova, but in Romania, in Georgia. It's so cool to see so many familiar faces and friends from Georgia, from Estonia, from Armenia, and to share these experiences that work very cool, very nicely in one country, how we can scale these things, this type of positive experiences in more countries. So we came back and we started to organize different programs, different events. We started with the Rocket Conference 2 years ago. And now Digital Communication Network is an established organization, a young one, but we position ourselves as game changers because we believe that the world is moving that fast, we have to adapt to this rhythm of changes, and we have to, we don't have to wait, we have to basically make a lot of experiments, collaborate between ourselves, understand how the information circulates, and instead of trying to react to this game, we have to be not only game changers, we have to build this new game. We have to be the game creators. So last year actually we had a very interesting program in Moldova, a program where with the help of local partners and Digital Communication Network experts, we run a full program of training for the governmental professionals, and actually these trainings and these presentations are available on YouTube as well. You can check them. Very useful, interesting presentations. Some of the experts are here in this room as well. Hello, Karin. And Kalin Berish, who is from Cluj. Last year we organized a couple of events, and this event is actually a continuation, a development of those ones. We had the event in September in Belgrade. In April we organized the Digital Disruption Forum in Kiev. In Warsaw there was the Rocket Summit. And of course, 1.5 years ago, it was this interesting event in Armenia. And like now, let's have a warm applause to the Armenian delegation that are here in Bucharest. I hope that we managed at least, I don't know, for up to 1% to contribute somehow, you know, like the butterfly effect of the things that are happening right now in Armenia. Cool, so what are the plans of Digital Communication Networks for next period? So we are in a growing, like Digital Communication Network is a startup, but the outcome of our startup is not the profit or not the money, it's the impact we want to create. As I mentioned, we are a very young organization, only 2 years old, but a very ambitious one. So this year we want to grow in terms of members, ambassadors in different countries, but starting next year we would like to produce more products and to become actually a media hub, to accelerate media startups and launch regional programs. So my idea that I want to deliver for you is that we don't want to be only a source of projects, we want to be a partner for you. So if you have interesting ideas, if you have interesting partner projects, please contact us and let's see how we can work together. And there are board members that represent 7 different countries. Some of them you know very well. Please be in touch with them and let's explore how we can work together and collaborate. So our next event will be organized in September in Thessaloniki. There will be more information about this event on our Facebook page, of course, and in the group, where there are more than 4,000 people. And it's dedicated to the digital influencers area. So the ones of you who don't have the app, still don't have the app, will update the time zone, I promise, because right now there is a slight change that we need to make so that you can know the agenda of this event. And I encourage you to network and to meet the participants of this event. We have an area, a back room, where you also can establish meetings. The ones who don't have the app, the ones who are not registered, I think we'll post an email after one presentation or 2 presentations, where you can send an email and request access to this app because it's invite only. Cool, with that in mind, I wish you a very nice, interesting 2 days of the conference, and Saturday we'll also have Tech Camp follow-up panels, interesting discussions. So I invite you to be active, to make notes, to meet new people and enjoy the conference. Thank you very much.
Great. So we managed to be on time. Just a little bit of the logistical stuff. DigiComNet. Arthur already mentioned, because this is such a compact event, we're going to have 20 speakers today. We're not really going to have too much time for Q&A. So I strongly recommend you guys to enter the DigiComNet app and connect with the speakers and also with the participants. There are going to be probably around more than 100 participants, so it's a large pool of connections there. Second, even though we don't have time, we only have five minutes between each presentation. Being an entrepreneur, I try to solve this issue a bit. So this is my telephone number. If you guys have questions, I strongly recommend you guys to send me a message with a question, and immediately after the speaker's presentation, I'm gonna take out the first question and ask the speaker. So you do use either the app or my telephone number. And third, we're social. You are social, we are social. We're trying to encourage you to be even more social. And the official hashtag of the event is DigiComNet. So whatever you guys post, either if you do a live, either if you do a selfie with the other people, or if you have interesting ideas that you got out of, we strongly encourage you guys to post on either Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat with the DigiComNet hashtag. These are the top 3 things that I wish you guys to remember regarding the organizing stuff. We're going to have 15 minutes each speech, and afterwards 5 minutes.